Okay, as a tech enthusiast, the one thing that makes me really happy is when I see brands innovating. Like recently we were at MWC and we saw a lot of cool tech there. But one brand that really caught my eye was Lenovo. So they had this laptop where the display could just expand. It was a rollable display. It was just a concept laptop, but it got me thinking. Lenovo has actually been trying to innovate for a long time. They've seen laptop with 2 screens, 2 gaming handhelds. Lenovo is going strong. So when Lenovo sent us their latest ThinkPad 2025 Aura edition, I got excited for 2 reasons. Number one, Lenovo says they have innovated on this design, like we still have the OG ThinkPad, so it will be interesting to see how good the new design is. And number 2, while ThinkPads are meant mostly for business folks, this one comes with an OLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, 2K resolution, and makes sense in terms of specs. So can this be a good all-rounder laptop? Well, we have been using this laptop for 2 weeks now just to answer all of these, and there are some really interesting things to talk about. Let's go. Now, to keep things easy and simple for you and me, I'll divide this video into 3 parts. Things that I liked, things that were decent, and things that need to be fixed. However, before we begin, I must mention this video is made in collaboration with Lenovo and Microsoft. However, the research, testing and everything is done by us. Now, the first good thing about this laptop is the unboxing experience. See, other brands just give you this generic box and then the laptop inside, but things are different here. This is a fully environment-friendly box. Like, see, even this handle is made from organic material. And it doesn't end here. Inside, there is another box with the laptop. A box within a box. There you get some paperwork, a charging brick. Oh, it's Type-C. Nice packaging.
Reminds me of Motorola phone.
So yeah, Lenovo owns the Motorola mobile division. So now I see the environment-friendly pattern. Plus one for taking care of the environment. Mother Nature will be happy. Now, the biggest highlight of this laptop, I would say, is the design. Like, this was the OG ThinkPad and this is the new ThinkPad. Like, it looks sleek, modern, and there are a few unique things too. Like, see at the bottom, you have this whole black strip. It is also slightly raised. Now, not only it looks different, but if you look closely, there are 2 exhaust fans over here. And because of this design choice, the laptop is pretty slim. And on top of that, it is 14-inch and weighs in just about 1.2 kg. Just for reference, new MacBook Air weighs in about 1.24 kg. Also, the ThinkPad's body is made from aluminum. Lenovo says it's 50% recycled aluminum. And here's a unique touch. Hang on. Alexa, turn off the studio lights. Like, see this dot on the ThinkPad? It actually glows. So if your laptop is closed, you can see and tell if the laptop is turned off or on standby. Now, speaking of the lid, this is a notch type thing here. So you can easily open the lid with one hand. Pretty comfortable. Also, the lid stays open at every angle, all the way to 180 degrees. And the hinge is pretty sturdy. Now, here's another reason why I like this design. To demonstrate, I'll need another laptop. So if I'll put this other laptop on the sofa, set volume to max and play a song, I'll use this app to measure the decibel. And this is how much you get because the audio is now muffled. Now I'll do the same thing with the ThinkPad and see it has a higher decibel. So what's happening here is, on the other laptop, since the speaker is directly placed at the bottom, it blocks the audio coming through the speaker. But on the ThinkPad, the speakers are positioned neatly over here and the outlet is to the side. So even when you're using it on your lap, sofa or bed, there's no obstruction in the sound. Which brings me to my favorite thing with this laptop, watching movies. So this here is a 2.8K OLED display and I was watching Daredevil on this. The colors, sharpness and everything was just great. Plus, this has Dolby Vision with HDR 500 certification. So in simple words, the display can go up to 500 nits. Now I know you'll be like, come on Pratik, my phone has 2000 nits brightness. How is 500 nits good? Well, that is peak brightness. Plus, your phone is probably 6 to 7 inch. You can fit 4 phones in this display. And in that regard, for such a size display, 500 nits is a good number. Like just for reference, the new M4 MacBook can also go up to 500 nits. Besides this, the display is also 120 Hz variable refresh rate. So animation, scrolling through web pages, or simply just using the laptop on a day-to-day basis feels very smooth. Plus, it is also a touchscreen, so you can touch it. Oh, can I touch you? Now, another thing that this laptop does a bit differently is the keyboard. Like see, most other laptops have this type of keys, they are flat. However, on this ThinkPad, if you see closely, these keycaps have a certain curve, which makes typing more comfortable, I would say. Like every day I'm typing on the laptop and I have zero complaints. Also, listen to the sound. like very silent. Also, these days in summer, my hands are sweaty and other laptop keyboards just become oily, but on this there is nothing. So I'll give a brownie point for that. Less embarrassing in front of other people. And that's not all. See over here, this is actually a fingerprint sensor. And there's also a small LED here. It blinks red if someone else tries to unlock it or the fingerprint detection fails. Besides this, the trackpad is also nice. It's made from glass material, so it feels smooth. It supports all the Windows gesture. And did you know, if you go to the setting, you can also customize these trackpad gestures. Nice little tip. Now coming to performance, this is where things get interesting. So the ThinkPad that we have, this comes with the newly launched Intel Core Ultra 5 CPU Series 2. Now CPU naming schemes get complicated day by day. So have a look at this chart. These are the all-new Intel Core Ultra CPUs of 2025, and the one that we have here is Core Ultra 5 238V. Now it has a total of 8 cores, 4 performance cores for doing heavy tasks and 4 efficiency cores for doing lightweight stuff. And here's the interesting thing. See, on default mode we ran the Cinebench R23 benchmark and it gave a score of around 6400, which seemed a little low. Now Lenovo has their own software called Vantage. From here we set it to max performance, and now we ran the same benchmark again, but this time it scored more than 8700. That is about 35% more. However, there is a catch with all of this. I'll come to that in just a moment. Now I use this laptop on balance mode and I used it for writing my scripts, doing research, watching videos. For all these, the laptop didn't even sweat. Like see, I have 10 tabs open on the browser. I can easily switch between them. There's no lag or anything. Now this comes with an integrated Intel Arc 130V graphics, and I did play Forza on it. At low settings, 1080p, FSR set to balance, it gave decent frame rates. But the graphics and all were not that good. I mean, this is not a gaming laptop. This is meant for productivity. So you can technically play games because it's Windows, but I wouldn't recommend it. And overall, performance-wise, I would say the laptop is decent. Now, here's another thing worth mentioning. While other laptops comes with Windows 11 Home Edition, this is a business laptop, so this comes with Windows 11 Pro Edition. Now, what's so special about Windows 11 Pro Edition? Well, it comes with a bunch of features like virtualization, remote desktop access, but the biggest plus point is BitLocker. Like, let me explain. First, you can create a virtual drive, like I have created this one over here, plus I have encrypted it. So it will ask for a password every time anyone tries to open it, even if you are logged in. So extra layer of security for your secret agent documents, good for office use. Another thing that is decent with the laptop is the AI. So this laptop comes with dedicated NPU cores and it can do a maximum of 97 TOPS, plus this is a Copilot Plus PC. For those who don't know, if a laptop has dedicated NPU cores and it can do more than 40 TOPS, it is a Copilot Plus PC. So in these PCs, you get a dedicated Copilot key and it's pretty helpful. Like in my case, I asked it to give me the specs of iPhone 16 and S25 in a table format, and see, it does that pretty well. You can even generate images in Copilot. It's like having an assistant which can do text and image for you on the go. Plus, even in Geekbench ML, which is a benchmark app for AI, the scores are pretty good. Now, here's the thing. See, I use Copilot almost regularly for my research, comparing stats, tables, and all of that. It works fine. But doing so doesn't really use the NPU cores. It does everything online. Meaning, using Copilot on this laptop versus any other laptop is about the same. The processing happens on the cloud. Now, the only time the NPU is engaged if you use the webcam studio effects like for background blur, auto framing, or if you use paint for background removal. But practically speaking, I didn't use the NPU on a day-to-day basis. In fact, I would say as of now, having NPU is good, but it really isn't great. Like, it shouldn't be a factor in your purchase decision unless you use a Windows app or you are in AI development that uses NPU cores on Windows. That's the only exception. Now, coming back to the webcam, it can shoot in 1080p and this is how the video and mic quality is. I would say it's decent. However, there's one thing that's worth mentioning. See, my laptop is on the table and it's locked, but as soon as I come and sit in front of it, it recognizes me and uses face unlock to unlock the laptop. And this is one of the few laptops that has a fingerprint sensor as well as face unlock. Like 90% of the other laptops that I have used have either one of these. Okay, so those were the nice things about this laptop, but this is TechWiser. It's my job to tell you all sides of the story. And there are two things with this laptop which I wish was better. First has to be with the number of ports. Like see, on the left you get an HDMI 2.1 and a Type-C Thunderbolt 4 port. On the right you have another Type-C Thunderbolt 4 port and a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's it. So where is the USB-A port? Where is the micro SD card reader? I can't recall the last time I used a Windows laptop without a USB-A port. So every time I have to connect an SSD or a USB-A device, I'll have to use a dongle. And second is battery life. Remember, there was a 35% difference in balance mode and performance mode. Well, that has a direct impact on the battery. See, on the default balance mode, the battery life is decent. It should last you one working day on medium usage. However, in balance mode, I was facing some latency, so I had to switch to performance mode for most of the time. And just have a look at the graph here. It was 96% at 11 AM. By 4 PM, it was 22%, and it directly went to 0% by 5 PM. And this was just writing documents, browsing the web and watching video. I didn't do Photoshop or video editing or any of that heavy stuff. Now, the reason for this is this has a 55 watt-hour battery over here. It's just not enough. Most other laptops give you 68 watt-hour battery in this price range. The only silver lining here is that they have 65 watts of GAN charger, and it also supports rapid charging, so you can get up to 80% in under 1 hour. So yeah, that was our first impression of the new Lenovo ThinkPad. To summarize, it's a good design, great display, really nice typing experience. Performance is also decent, and overall it feels very premium from the build, touch and finish. Now, to answer the question, who is this for? Well, see, if you're a working professional who needs a laptop mostly for typing, watching videos, and you need a lightweight laptop, then you can look into this. This laptop starts from 1.29 lakh. However, if you want something more for performance, like you want to do video editing, 3D rendering, or even gaming, then no. At that price, there are other laptops. In fact, Lenovo themselves has the Lock series. We have covered those before. You can check them out here on our channel. And let us know how you like the video and which laptop should we cover next for our video. If you pick yours, we'll give you a shout out. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.